sudden slip happens. Boom! Duong falls hard to the ground. His whole body trembles. His tongue tastes bleeding salty blood. And his mind starts to be shaken, flipped, and hurt. Lying pitifully flat, the monster now only a few inches from Duong. He vaguely hears the tail whipping coming very close, and a heavy black streak quickly appears on the dusty ground. A powerful blow lands on the place where Duong is lying, but instinctively, Duong swerves as soon as he feels the terrible wind pressing down and escapes between life and death in an instant. His whole body is terrified when he sees that his side is a long mark deep on the ground. The pain is still dull all over the extremities. That moment also makes Pan stop torturing the tree trunk, helps the others calm down a bit, and also sends a chill down their spine because they think that Duong would lie down under his tail. Realizing that below, Duong picked up his life by inches. Nick is on the tree and hurriedly jumps down to rescue him. Duong, look out! Nick yelled to distract the Pan. Her body is small but extremely flexible. She turns a leg to jump down and transmits almost her energy source into the sword in her hand with the belief that it could penetrate the armor layer of the Pan. Duong below is just able to sit up and sees right above him the Pan is using a giant but flexible tail to whip Nick. A strong whip at a horrible speed made her suddenly unable to react and throw her whole body away. The air has almost frozen solid. The time has also stood still, and Duong hears his heart racing as it is in his mouth. Come on, come on. Every living has a weakness. Find it, find it. Calm down. Duong keeps repeating the words in his mind to reassure himself and is as cool as a cucumber in the midst of the chaos. When the Pan accidentally raised the tail, Duong discovered a position that could bring victory, although the loophole only appeared in a snap. The small point right between those two buttocks caught the eyes of Duong. A position that is both near and far, both happy and sad, bringing joy and pain, exists all above living beings. If it can break that position, Pan's super powerful defense will completely be broken. That's the place! An electric current flashes through his brain, and Duong seems to wake up from the feeling of being in a daze. Although this Pan has grown tremendously and has a body covered with hard scales, arrows cannot pierce, and even swords can't cut. But every creature has a weakness. A plan immediately pops up in Duong's mind. But unfortunately, the Pan Lord noticed Duong's glint. It raises its tail high, swishing a smug swagger before slamming down a powerful blow in an attempt to bring Duong back to heaven. Boom! With an earth-shaking hit, Duong suddenly felt his all is weightless. He is dead scared of that. It turns out a rope tightened around his shoulder, pulling Duong back quite a distance. Right behind Duong is Rin. Her eyes are wide open, her pupils dilate, her temples are drenched with sweat, and Rin's hands tightly grasp the rope. Rin is just in time to pull the mage out of the hand of death, but look at Duong's dismayed face makes her a little annoyed. Why are you so dumbfounded? Wanna die, huh? In just a few short minutes, Duong nearly dies twice, but he doesn't have time to think about it anymore. His eyes still stuck on the big Pan. Duong says to Rin, I have just discovered this. Hurry up! Okay. Rin immediately gathered the whole team. Duong remains as cool as a cucumber even after facing danger. He immediately transmits his plan to the group in the most concise way. As soon as hearing this, everyone split into action. According to Duong, Nick rushes forward to lure the big Pan to follow, distracting its concentration. She tries to run fast, but also disturbs its vision. The plan has proven effective. The Pan is immediately harassed, and it turns and madly chases after Nick, making it forget the rest of the people. On this side, Rin carefully advances slowly, waiting for the right time to trap the monster. It's about time. Rin immediately took action. From the air, the rope appears like a snake, rushing around, wrapping very tightly around the Pan's big legs, causing it to lose momentum and fall to the ground. The pan roars with rage and rears up on its hind legs, trying to free itself. Rin tugs on the rope and her hands are hugged tightly, which makes red welts appear. Her legs also firmly press to the ground in order to hold on to the pan's constant wriggle. Even though it fell, its strong tail has wrapped tightly to hide its weak point without any chinks. At the same time, in another position, Ari is raising her bow, named latency time, so called because now on the bow there was a special stone attached by Duong. The longer the time takes, the more power is compressed into the arrow, and the weight of the arrow increases simultaneously, which requires the bow holder to be very patient and can tolerate that rising weight. Ari drags the heavy bow and strains her eyes to try to aim properly at the big pan. Its body is constantly moving, but the tail is bent down, blocking the umbilicus between the buttocks. Looking at the arrow that was overlaid in brilliant green energy, Ari recalls every word that Duong told her before. She knows that she has to be very patient and makes a great effort to carry this growing weight, which is almost totally different from an active girl like Ari. Thus, at decisive moments like now, Ari tells herself to try to get ahead of herself so as not to ruin everything. Suddenly, from another position, blue flames once again rush out from below. It turns out that in the meantime, the doctor has been following the plan by hiding nearby, waiting for the moment when Pan is pulled down by Rin and blows up the magical fire. He doesn't miss an opportunity and instantly strikes an incredibly accurate blow. Flames quickly flare up and engulf the big Pan's entire body. Although the heat from the flames is unable to damage Pan, it's still enough to make Big Pan annoyed. Pan turns around trying to find a way to extinguish the flames surrounding it. It sways back and forth on the ground in a contorted posture. Its whole body is being restrained by the magic whip, and the flames surrounding have restricted its vision. The doctor continually takes a deep breath and blows to make the fire constantly burn around the Pan's body, which makes its body begin to feel a sense of airlessness.
The main character is signing again. Dune's face is as flat as a pancake, but still fine. The one who isn't fine is Nick. Our warriors are now forced to play tricks. Can the combat combo between humans, magical stones, and those weapons send Pan to hell? There is a saying that if you don't die in a disaster, there will be more story to tell. If Dung is now safe, we can rest assured and wait. Today's storytelling time with KinhComic has come to an end here. Chapter 4.2 will soon bring you back to the world of Kin. Looking forward to seeing you again on our channel next time. If you love reading light novels with KinhComic, don't hesitate to click on the button below to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss the release of chapter 4.2. Soon, KinWorld close.
KinhComic.